everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all enjoying the start of summer. I am, but at the same time the heat has made me so exhausted, so we're gonna match that with a much more chill and low-key drawing session today. Actually, as I'm recording this today, it's been raining all day, which is really nice. It's actually cooled down, which is great for me, but anyways, if it's hot where you are, grab a nice cold drink, get comfy, and draw with me if you'd like. This will be a longer, more rambly video, so probably will be good background noise. However, if you are actively watching, I want to give a quick possible flash warning because I changed the color of the background between black and white a few times during the process, and sometimes, in fact always, on the speed paint footage it just flashes quite abruptly, so just a warning for that. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So, actually haven't drawn for 3 weeks, actually maybe a bit longer than that. Yeah, I think it's actually been over a month because I posted my last video a little over 3 weeks ago, but I finished the illustrations for that video much earlier, so yeah, it's been a minute. I've been super duper busy and things have just been overall hectic lately, but alas, I finally had a week off. I say had because the week's almost over as I'm posting this, but I was really happy to just have some peace and quiet. To be honest, even when I get time off, there's so much that I want to do all the time, just so many goals and aspirations that I'm working towards that I have a hard time being really lazy. I managed it for a few days, but now I'm back on the grind just a little bit. I'm still taking it easy, of course. I finished playing Silent Hill 3 at last. That was a very good time. I bought the Silent Hill HD collection for my PS3. If you didn't know, that version includes Silent Hill 2 and 3, but they both have some frame rate issues, I believe, and Silent Hill 3 has this new, voiceover that you can't toggle off, unlike with the second game. As someone who hasn't played the third game on PC or PS2 and wouldn't know the difference, I didn't feel like the experience was too ruined for me at all. I noticed the frame rate drops for sure, but I'm kind of used to that in a lot of video games, so it wasn't really bothersome, and the drops weren't atrocious either, in my opinion. The voice acting was definitely a little awkward, and sometimes didn't match up with the subtitles, so it took me out of the experience a little, but overall it wasn't the worst. I still really enjoyed the game, and now I'm on to the original Silent Hill 2, and I also started Resident Evil 7 as well, which is pretty good. Speaking of which, since I was so tired and hadn't drawn for a while, I wanted to do just something easy. So if you know Silent Hill 2, you might recognize this still from the opening cutscene. It's just James Sunderland looking in a grimy public bathroom mirror. It was very nice to just sit back and relax and copy, I guess I should say study, but honestly it was copying this still. So I had the image open on my laptop to reference while I was drawing on Procreate on my iPad. I think, unfortunately, the time is coming up for me to replace my iPad soon. It's 4 years old, which isn't too bad, and of course there are many artists who work with tablets that are much older, but it's been at full storage for a very long time, and it's quite difficult to optimize because I don't really have much else on my iPad, as it is, not many other apps that take up space. It's also just been lagging a lot more lately. I won't be replacing it immediately, of course, but I would like to upgrade soon-ish. Maybe in the next few months or the next year, because this is my one way of making digital art, and I gotta be able to rely on it. Those price tags are making me sweat a little, though, and I think they just went up again, because of the RAM shortage, which we're not even gonna get into my feelings on that. I'm sure you can imagine. Anyways, back to the drawing. I started by just really rough sketching in basic shapes and roughly where the facial features were. When I do more painty stuff like this, I don't ever do a very detailed sketch. I pretty much just get into blocking the colors as quickly as possible because I don't have to trace over for line art or anything. And here I started blocking in the shadows. Over the years, I've come to enjoy blocking in shadows a lot because it feels like it instantly adds so much depth if you do it right, which is nice for me because I like mitigating that ugly stage of the drawing that I'm sure we all are familiar with. Not that it necessarily looks good yet, but it's nice to see or to get those 3D forms in there. Again, I'm not being very specific with the shadows, I'm just blocking out the basics and then I'll go back and clean them up later, as you'll see. Then I started adding some form to James's hair. Hair is what I've always struggled with the most, for sure, which is why I always draw it so blocky to avoid having to really shade or texture it. But I've been getting a little bit more comfortable with it, I think, and the result in this piece was pretty good. So, obviously, June is almost over, and we're approaching July. Oh, I can't believe the month is almost over. Like, I could have sworn it just started, but that's time for you, I guess. Yeah, it's really funny. I spend all spring daydreaming about summer and warm weather, and then it arrives, and after about a week of heat, I'm really done. Especially at night, trying to sleep with the heat is so hard because I don't have any air conditioning. At least, like, where I am, it never gets super duper hot, but I'm trying to resist thinking about fall. I can't really help it though, so I've had the Smiths on constantly, and my Pinterest is full of fall outfits. Yeah, on to another topic of discussion. I remember there being that recent trend, I guess like recent months, trend of artists and animators making those my first videos, where they introduce themselves and stuff, I guess. Some of them were popping off, you know, doing quite well. And honestly, I had been considering making one myself, because this was around the time, like, my channel wasn't out yet. I hadn't posted anything yet, but I was, like, coming towards that and needed to think about what I was going to post first. But I figured instead, you know, why not just start posting what I've always intended to and skip the introduction, if that makes sense. I guess I was afraid of making a video like that and then giving up and just having a dead channel. So posting something more directly related to my plans, I guess, would spark more motivation and feel like much more of an official channel launch to me. It all comes down to what works for each person, of course, and this is just how I went about things. I'm also not an animator, so it wouldn't have made much sense to do a video like that, but I digress. So I guess I never, like, fully introduced myself properly or marketed my channel, really, if that makes any sense. However, while we're here drawing together, I guess I can talk a bit about myself. So I've been drawing for a long time, since I was a young kid. It was always, like, my thing. Like, in elementary school, I was one of the the artist kids. Surprisingly, there were, like, quite a few of us, and I was one of them. And I was never the art kid, because one of my classmates was way more talented than the rest of us. They just had crazy technical skill for a 10-year-old, and still are super talented. Technicals were something I never really cared about, because I was too busy drawing Five Nights at Freddy's characters and working on my Bendy and the Ink Machine AU I had with my friends. Then later on, some years later, I got into anime for a while, for a good couple years. Well, I mean, I grew up watching certain anime, like Sailor Moon and other things, but I never really got into, or like I started getting into the subculture kind of online for a period of time. So it was always my dream to be great at drawing in an anime style, because that's largely what I saw online and on TV. I never succeeded, despite my many attempts, so I inevitably fell into something similar to the CalArts / Tumblr bean mouth style for a good period of time. And I'm not into anime anymore. I watched a lot of YouTube, mostly artists and gaming. I also fell into the art commentary community for a while. Yeah, never again. Not going back there. But Anyways, I looked up to a few art YouTubers, namely Lavender Town, and always dreamed of one day starting my own YouTube channel. It was just one of those things that I fantasized a lot about, despite feeling that it could never actually come to fruition. I was kind of pessimistic about my future as an artist when I was a kid, or I just didn't know how to plan and execute something like that. But hey, I proved myself wrong in the end. I have a comic that I would really like to create, or I should say intend to create one way or another, and YouTube is, I think, the best platform to use to get myself out there. I'm not touching TikTok with a 10-foot pole, and I tried Instagram for a year, but it just wasn't for me. It's probably not a good business mindset, but I have this strong belief that if I post what I want when I can, my audience will eventually grow and find me, which is the complete opposite of how things work on Instagram and other short-form content platforms. I can't keep up with posting quote-unquote content multiple times a week, and there's just no way. I mean, I'm posting a video a month as it is, and I feel as though my interests aren't very algorithm-friendly, and they don't trend often, so, you know, why waste time chasing trends to build a following when I could use that time towards projects I actually care about? That's another reason I think YouTube was the smart choice. First of all, I personally prefer long-form content over short-form, so in theory, my audience would too. And secondly, once a video goes up on YouTube, it's more easily accessible to the masses for a longer period of time than any short reel or TikTok, which would just disappear into oblivion within a few days. Plus, I really do enjoy editing videos and getting more time to connect with the viewer. At this point in the process, I added a second shadow pass or shadow layer to add some more depth and texture. Usually for the main shadow pass, I'll set the layer to multiply and lower the opacity, but in this one I thought it looked better to just have it on normal mode, or like normal layer at 100% opacity for a more dramatic effect, and it matched the game screenshot better. The second shadow pass, however, did have lowered opacity. I wanted to say, or give some advice to any developing digital artists watching. If you watch a lot of videos on how to improve your art, a lot of them will say something along the lines of, you know, simplify your tools, don't overcomplicate it by using tons of different brushes, and you can achieve more than you'd expect with a round brush and blend tools. I didn't want to listen to that for a very long time, but take it from me, they're all right. And of course there are many times and places for special brushes that produce shapes and textures, but I really strongly recommend getting very comfortable with a basic round brush and the blend tool to create depth and textures first. For this piece, I literally only used a pencil brush for the sketch. I can't remember at the moment which one. But then I used the hard blend round brush, the blend tool set to soft blend, and the eraser tool also set to hard blend. Oh, and one bit of a textured brush. I could go on and on about how much I love the hard blend brush, honestly. It's a little difficult to get the hang of since it's like your round brush and blend kind of in one, but once you're comfy with it, it's the perfect tool for a lazy artist like me. Well, not lazy. I should say it's perfect for an artist who wants to streamline the process even further. So at the end, I just added the window grime and used a grungy texture brush to make it look more mirror-y. In the end, I really like how this came out, and I think I captured James's likeness pretty well. I hope your drawing is going just as successfully, and thank you for joining me in this chill, relaxed session. If you enjoyed and you aren't subscribed already, make sure to do that so you can more easily find my future uploads. But yes, that'll be all for now, so I'll see you in the next one, and I'll just quietly leave you with another moment of nice, relaxing music.